Hey everybody, so judging by the title of that video, it is time for something a little bit different because what I want to talk to you about today is really important. And it's important for anybody who's just trying to build something, create something, and get their work and their project out there. So I've crossed paths with an independent filmmaker who has a dark fantasy film franchise of kids and monsters, kind of a story in the works, and he's currently trying to finance it, get it off the ground, and hopefully bring it to life. He's a really good guy. His name is Steve Gary, and he is a writer and producer in Canada. Now, from conversations with him, he says this series is not Harry Potter. Shock. Steve was actually in his 40s when the novels came out, and he never read them. And he was in his 50s when the movies came out, so he's only seen the first 4. So this project, this story is in no way influenced by Harry Potter whatsoever. But the stories are a bit darker as well than Harry. And he's actually had rating organisations say that they are PG-13. But the kids in these stories are the central characters. And Steve figures that we will probably like them. So my curiosity gets the better of me, and I need to get more information about them from Steve. Now, he's offering the first of a series which currently has 5 parts for free. He wants you to read the first story for free, see what you think, and if you like it, well then the other stories, the follow-ups, the sequels are available to purchase. It's nothing fancy, you don't have to sign up, or it's just an Adobe Acrobat PDF file. You download it from a page. The link will obviously be in the description of this video. As I said, you don't need to enter a name or an email or create an account or put your card details in or anything like that. It's just the PDF set up to be fairly attractive, a quick read. So since we're all waiting for the current development of the Harry Potter TV show, I decided to check out the first story, the free one, and give you all a spoiler-free evaluation. So I don't want to give too much away. But the first story is called The Hag of Beecroft. And the 5 series altogether will be called the Beecroft series. So Steve, I hope I'm not giving that away by mentioning that it's called the Beecroft series. So it is a collection of stories, really interesting and exciting stories that I think many of you would really enjoy. And that's why I've kind of got together with Steve on this, because I think that the work that he's creating would resonate with my audience. But anyway, as I mentioned, there are 4 other stories in the series. They are ready to go into production when he raises the financing. Now he's on his way to raising the financing for this. He is working so hard to get this off the ground. And as some of you who may be watching this video, if you are creating something, if you are building something, it's really difficult to get your project off the ground, to convince people that it's good enough, to convince people that it's worth reading, that it's worth watching, that it's worth backing in order to create it. And from reading it myself, reading this story, I really believe Steve is onto something here. And this guy deserves a chance. He's one of the nicest guys I have ever met. His attention to detail is OCD level, if you ask me. Steve, sorry if that's got you mad. I mean it in the most complimentive way. So the interesting thing about this is he's already budgeted and scheduled the first 3 stories. So the plan is for them to be all shot at once and released around Halloween, Christmas and New Year's Eve, since that's when the stories are set. So that means we'll be seeing the first movie, knowing 2 more are already in the can, on the way, and going to be released shortly afterwards. So he's financing them by asking that if you like the first free story and you want to see the others, you can buy them individually or all 5 in a single compilation on Amazon.com. Now, personally, I do the compilation as it's just the price of a hamburger combo. Like, you'll get all 5 stories. It's really cheap, guys. And in my opinion, it's worth it. So incidentally, Steve from our conversations has said that the first story, The Hag of Beecroft, was originally supposed to be a one-off without any sequels. It was just a story that incorporated all of the recurring nightmares that he could remember from his childhood, and he thought it would make a good, scary story for kids. And then, obviously, a few years later, he begins working on sequels. They just come to him. And by the way, the series is in no way over. The kids are just 12 years old at the end of the 5th story. So it's not as if years pass by as each story progresses. This is all happening kind of fairly quickly. But anyway, guys, that is Steve's plan. It should be fun to watch. I think seeing the Beecroft series in theaters while HBO's Harry Potter's on TV would be an interesting contrast. But look, guys, this is all completely up to you. Steve wants you to enjoy this story. He wants you to purchase the other 4 parts only if you want. He doesn't want to force anybody. He's not begging for money. He's not asking you to reach deep into your pockets and throw everything at him. He wants you to download the first story for free, read it, and if you enjoy it, the option for the other 4 stories is there if you want to purchase them. But you need to know that if you do purchase them, this goes directly towards financing the creation of this onto the big screen. And that's the long-term goal for Steve. And it's something that I really want to help him with, because he's a nice guy. He's a hard-working guy, and he deserves a break. He deserves to get this. He deserves to get this first movie made at the very least. But I hope he gets all 5 created. Look, as I said, guys, the first story is free. The other 4 are in the series already, and they are going to go into production when he raises the finances for them. Now, the download link for the free first story is in the description below. The Hag of Beecroft. I wanted to go through this story and talk about the Hag of Beecroft, but I just don't want to give it away. I don't want to give anything away. I want your curiosity to go down to that link, click it and read it. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want the other ones, you can go ahead and get them. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Shoot me an email as well. What I'm going to do in future episodes is to try and get Steve on this channel, and maybe we'll get a live stream, questionnaire, Q&A, and we'll chat back and forth in more detail about the Beecroft series and what he wants to do going forward. For my own discussions with him, I thought it would make an incredible book series, not just a movie series. I think this is a book series all day. It's a movie series all day. It's just, yeah, I want this guy, I want the win for Steve here. I really do, guys. Look, I know I've said this about 50 times already. Download the free book. Description down below. Let's see how we get on. Let me know what you think. Guys, I will catch you all very soon, and look out for the Beecroft series.
They say things happen at the Beecroft Manor. Strange secrets. Something supernatural. But the manor isn't the only place you'll find secrets.
The Hag of Beecroft.